Alright guys, what is up? Today we're gonna be showing you how to play keyboard and mouse on iOS. So if you're anywhere between iOS 13 and iOS 26.2 with this new device. Yeah, so this is the A360M, tiny little device here. So what we've got this is the menu button. This is the USB-C to your device. You've got one for your keyboard and mouse on this side as well, so you could do either. You got a headphone jack. You've got an USB adapter here for audio as well as a charging port. So that's all it comes with. I thought this was a screen, but it's not. This is a little screen here that shows the indicator. If it's green, I think it's on Bluetooth, and if it's red, it's wired mode. So this is the device, Aimzenix. Just this one has just been released, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to set it up on your iPad, on your iPhone as well. So what does it come with? It comes with 3 cables. Well, I think no, it comes with 2 cables. I have a full one of my own. It comes with 2 cables, and that's pretty much it in the package. So what I'm gonna do is, first things first, I'm gonna show you guys what to set up on your iPad before we end up plugging all these peripherals together and using it on the device. So I'm gonna show you how to set it up on the iPad. First of all, in the settings, and then we're gonna hook up the device. Then we're gonna jump into PUBG Mobile. I'm gonna show you how to do the basic layout and stuff. It's still a little bit buggy. It's not 100% like the links are for, but I think I might be able to play a match with it after I show you guys how to set it up, because there was a recent update and we never had the mouse cursor. Now we have the mouse cursor so that you could loot with the mouse cursor. So still a little bit of bugs. Sometimes your screen gets stuck. Sometimes you have to wiggle the mouse. I don't know if you guys, whoever has a device, been going through this, but that's what I've been going through so far. So without further ado, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let's jump right into the video. Alright guys, so now that we're on our device, first things first, I already have the app installed, but I'll show you guys it in the App Store as well. So first things first, we're gonna head over into settings, and there's a few settings we need to change. So you're gonna go to accessibility, you're gonna go to zoom, you're gonna make sure zoom is turned on. You're gonna have everything else turned off. Just copy my settings and you should be good to go. Everything else turned off. We got zoom on. We're gonna go back and we're gonna head over to touch. If you want, I already have touch, assistive touch enabled. You could enable that if you're having some issues in the game. I have mine enabled. You could disable if you want to. Copy my settings if you want to. I have track sensitivity maxed out, and that's about it. Go back and head over to multitasking gestures. Make sure you have full screen app selected, not windowed, not stage manager. We don't want none of those. Just make sure it's on full screen. 4 and 5 finger app switching, make sure that's turned off. Productivity gestures, that's off. Shake to undo, off. Swipe finger from corner, off. You could leave start pip automatically because that's when you're watching YouTube videos and stuff. That doesn't matter. You have it like that. And then that's about it, guys. So now we're gonna download the app. We're gonna head over to the App Store and you're gonna search Geek Gamer. Once that pops up, you're not gonna get the purple one. You're gonna scroll down until you see the green one, Geek Gamer here. As you can see, it says open. I've already downloaded. We're gonna open the app, and these are basically some of the games they're portraying that you could play. I have most of these games installed anyway. You in the top, you're gonna see that icon. I'm already signed in. You can create an account, guys. What you can do, do like me, get Google Translate on your app, use the camera mode, and just look at the phone, look at the device, and translate everything. Then you're gonna have a better understanding. Then you have, so you got a time here. Left of the time, you've got your profile icon, and then left of that, you got that little tiny plus button. You're gonna press that. This menu is gonna come up, and you're gonna have your keyboard and mouse and all that stuff connected to the device, to the AX360M. But this part is just about the settings bit. So we've enabled the zoom, we've done all of that. Now we're gonna plug our peripherals into the device and we're gonna set it up already. So within Geek Gamer app, you're gonna see a bunch of games which are compatible. I think you could use any game anyway, but most of these games is what you're gonna be playing. You got PUBG, Game for Peace. I've actually got Game for Peace. I've got Delta Force. I've got all of that stuff. So if you can see here, I'm already signed in. You can make an account, use your mobile phone number or an email. I can't remember which one I use, but yeah. Then to add the device itself, it's not gonna work first. You're gonna make sure you have your mouse. Make sure you have your any keyboard will do. You've got your cables, you've got this. So first things you're gonna do, you're gonna go right here, open up this. As you can see, it's giving you some instructions. What you could do, guys, you could get Google Translate, use the camera, and you could actually just point it there and translate everything for you. Okay, close this out. So what we need to do right now, we need to connect this device. So let me just zoom out. What we're gonna do, I've got, I'm actually using my own personal cables, not the ones it came with, but that's on you. You could use whatever cable you want. First thing you're gonna do, you're gonna plug your keyboard and mouse in. I like these ones because you could actually, it's not wired. It's better to have those where you have the option to put your own wires because wires can get broken. So you're gonna plug your keyboard in. Then you're gonna plug your mouse in. By the way, guys, if you're looking for a good mouse, this is the Keychron M3A1. This mouse is really good, really light, and it has 1000 hertz polling rate, so it's really good. Plug your mouse in, and then last but not least, you could plug a charger in there, and you could be able to charge your device itself, but we're just gonna use the basic cables for now. So this one here is straight to the device, so we're gonna plug it in. Oh, by the way, let me just do one thing here. I'm gonna show you one other thing. When you plug it in, it's gonna ask you to pair Bluetooth. First, I don't know why it does that. I'm using wired, but anyway, it's gonna ask you to pair Bluetooth. If I go to my Bluetooth settings right now, let me just cancel that. You see AX360M is not connected. So sometimes if you have issues, you could actually come here and forget the device, but that's not in that case. So I'm gonna plug it in. See, it's green. It's asking us to plug something in because without that, we're not gonna be able to do anything. So you're gonna plug it in. The device will turn red because it's in wired mode. Sometimes you plug it in and it may be green. If you plug it for the power, it's gonna light up green. So as you can see, it's popped up here on my screen. Device is red. Everything's plugged in. Mouse is connected. Keyboard's connected as well. Don't mind all these cables. I'm sure you guys would neat up your stuff. So first thing you're gonna do, as you can see, if I tap the device itself, it's connected. This one, like I said, you can use your Google Translate app. If you come down, if you look, first of all, you're gonna see the version firmware. You tap here, and there's no firmware available, or else this would have been green. Go back, and you're gonna tap into the game itself. So first, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get this little menu here. I'm gonna go into this. So you could actually have your own custom layouts, and you could have those it already came with, like the default ones. I'm using a custom one. Let's go over to training grounds. It's not too difficult, guys. If you follow the instructions, it should work fine for you. Like I said, there's going to be some bugs. It's not perfected. That's why I'm not really using it right now. I'm hoping in the near future they're going to perfect the camera. I'll show you where it sticks and all that stuff. So I've set up my layout just like this. And what I'll do, guys, I'll drop my layout code, and I'll drop the code for my settings as well in the, I think I'll pin it in the comments for you guys. I'll put it in the description. Anyway, I've set up my stuff just like that. If you want, you could take a screenshot as is like this. What I'm gonna do is, hold on, let me go over to my photos. Let's go back. I'm gonna select these ones because I've just done those. So what I'll do is I'll delete those. Delete this 4. I'll delete this as well. Boom. That way I can go straight to it. Okay, so now that we're in the app, I'm gonna take a photo like this, and then I'm gonna go into my settings, customize. You're gonna take a photo of this as well. The first one you don't need to, but this one you definitely need to. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna go here. Then you're gonna go over to this where your pickup items are. Take a screenshot of that as well. Then open up your, close this, open up your map, take a screenshot. Hopefully in the future, we could do it much easier than this. And then what you're gonna do as well, you're gonna go to, I think it's this one. No, mine's is different. It depends. If you set up yours just like mine's, just follow what I do, and yours should be set up easily. So we're gonna grab a gun. Now let's grab these two guns. We're gonna go get some scopes, because I'll show you guys how to adjust the length of the scope and switch scopes. I think you can switch to 2 scopes. There's not too much you can do. So, all right, that's that. Get one. Actually, you don't need to aim, because in the settings, actually, if you go here and you tap here, you could take a screenshot with that as well. So then you can have like that aim open up, so you could set it up. I will save. Good. So slide up, go back to the app itself. This is my layout. It's set up. It's almost good to go. A few touches, a few bugs to be fixed by the company. Hopefully they fix that soon and they polish the app. Other than that, I'm going to show you guys how to do a new layout. So the first button, you got 4 buttons down below here. The first one is import. The second one is new configuration. The third one is adjust, and the fourth one is to save. So you're gonna hit the second one. As you can see, we already have the pictures I told you to take. Up in the top, you're gonna see like a picture icon, the third icon, and with a plus, you're gonna tap that, and then you're gonna tap this button as well, and then you're gonna go into your photos and you could select the photo. So we have this one selected, and now all you have to do to add an icon is hit that circle icon with the plus in the middle, and you're gonna get something on your screen with a question mark. That's the first one. The first one, what we want to do is set up a camera. So all you're gonna do is just move your mouse a little bit, and as you can see, it's done to the, this is like the perspective, the view icon. So you're gonna drag it somewhere about here. Just leave it there for now. How I like to position this is by going back into the picture one, tapping the picture and the plus, going back in here, and the one with the map, we're gonna select that, and then you're gonna drag it just above that tiny reticle for your aim. Gonna put it here, not touching the map, just a little off the map, because we don't want things conflicting with each other. We're gonna hit, you can hit save, but I'm just gonna hit plus again, and I'm gonna search for my loot area. So loot, you see where my loot is. If you had, so if you have my layout, you won't have to worry, but if you had the stock layout, then you would have to move it about here underneath the loot. The loot would be about here, and you'd have to put it about here under the loot and away from the map as well. So if I go back here and I load my map, where is it? Just a little off the map like this, and then you hit that, the check icon at the furthest to the right to save it. You can give it a name. I'm gonna call it viewers, for the viewers. Yeah, you guys. Done. Hit the big green button, save. Now you can see viewers on the left. I got test video original, test free. I just named them funny names, but we're focusing on the viewers. That's for you guys. And we're gonna go back to the 4 icons at the bottom, and we're gonna hit the one before the last, and then we're gonna come back here. So we have our perspective icon. Now we want our joystick. So we're gonna hit the circle, the second icon, which is a circle with the plus, and we're gonna tap W on our keyboard. It's gonna ask us here if we would like it to be a joystick or a button. We're gonna select the top one, which would be the joystick. So we're gonna tap that. As you can see, it's turned to a joystick, and we're gonna place it over here. So now we have a joystick. Now we can move, and we have our camera button. Next, we're gonna hit plus again, and I'm gonna just do the basics, guys. So before I even do that, you could take it and you could carry it up to the delete that. Let's just change back to our settings picture. It's not hard at all, guys. So yeah, settings picture. Then we're gonna hit plus now, and I'm gonna start adding my keys. So now I have movement, I've got camera I want my aim. So I'm gonna hit the right click. I'm gonna drag this on my aim. I'm gonna add another. I'm gonna hit left click. I'm gonna put this on my fire button. I'm gonna hit plus again. I'm gonna say E for right peak. I'm gonna hit another. I'm gonna be saying that a lot, all right? So bear with me. Q for here. You're gonna do tab for backpack. We're gonna do X for FPP. We're gonna do C for crouch, V for prone, space for jump. Now, if you notice my jump above this jump here, it has the parachute icon. So that way, if I press spacebar while I'm jumping or from the plane, I can have the parachute icon. So I'm gonna add another space for this one because you know, jump is for climbing and all that stuff. Then if you noticed, I have my, if you go back into, let me save this, save. And if I go back into PUBG, okay, I get kicked out of the training ground, that's fine, usual. If we go back into our settings, if it ever loads, this is an M5 iPad, come on, load up. Now, if we go to customize, and always use the third one, like this. If you notice, I have my drive. I'll show you how I do it. I'll show you exactly how I do it. So I put drive here, I've got exit here. Then I put the shop over the drive. So shop and drive would be one button, open and get in would be another. I take my revive and then split it between the two so that one could be a button and the other. I put open on drive. I put pick up load on get in, and I put open crates on drive. So that way I'm gonna set a key, and one key will do all those on top, one key will do all those below. And then I'm not gonna save this because don't save. I don't want to mess up my own layout. I'm gonna go back into the app, adjust. So we're gonna add another key. For me, because it's a half keyboard, I use P, it's easy to reach, for opening crates and getting in the vehicle. And then I use N for getting in the vehicle. Sorry, I use P for opening crates and driving, N for getting in the vehicle and picking up loot. And then I do another one, which is P again for exiting. So drive and exit I use as the same keys. It's very easy, makes you get in and out of the vehicle so quick, even while moving. So that's that. For these ones, exit vehicle, sometimes you might get that camera sticking issue. So tap the P on the exit vehicle, and you're gonna see two things to enable. You're gonna enable this one. So this one means reset view. So reset the camera view. So, and then you're gonna save that, hit the check mark, and then you go over to the next P on drive, and you're gonna do the same, and you're gonna go on N and do the same and save. Now you've done all that. If you want, you could hit save, and hit the first icon, save again, and then the icon, the one before the last, the green one, you tap the one before the last, which is adjust, and then we're going to add a bit more. So next one I would add is T for me, right? That's my preference for marker location or to mark areas. And I'll add another one, which is Alt for my camera. And then for grenades and medicines and heals and all that stuff, I'm going to show what I do. So I'll add one, I'll say free. I always use free for like meds and stuff. Add another, which is 4 for grenades and throwables. And for 3 and 4, so meds, 3 will be meds, 4 will be throwables. You tap on the free and you keep it as it is, but not this one, but on this one, you scroll all the way to the bottom and you hit the one before the last, and then you just hit the check icon and save that. So now, whenever you hold free, you could scroll around, use the mouse, and scroll around and select meds, heals, whatever. painkillers, whatever. We're gonna do the same for 4. You're gonna scroll down, one before the last, save. So that's 4 done, that's 3 done. So whenever you hold on to 3 or 4, you just move the mouse and then you can select stuff. I'll show you that when we get to that part. Next, I'm gonna add, for me on half a keyboard, I use G for fire selection mode. And I don't really like to use like keys 1 and 2 to switch weapons, which a lot of emulator players do. I'm not an emulator, I'm on iPad. So what I tend to do is use the scroll wheel, but for some reason, like I said, the app is not polished as yet, so it's been given a little bit of issues. So for this case, I'm just going to use 1 and 2. So I'll use 1 for first weapon, and I'll do another 2 for secondary weapon. And then for your pistols and stuff, I usually use my 5 key. It's down to your preference. I could reach that one easily. And those are the weapon systems sorted. What I do as well, if you wanted to, you could always go here and tap enable this one if you feel like your camera is being stuck when you're selecting weapons. So I'll leave that off for now because I haven't experienced that. It depends. It just depends. So we have that. We're going to add another one, which is R for reload. Obviously, we're going to be reloading our weapons. And this is how you add basic keys, guys. So for the zoom in, those are a little bit more advanced. So I'll show you quickly how to do the zoom. But for like macros and stuff, we're going to leave that for another time. Actually, for the camera, we're going to tap that and we're going to scroll down here and the one before the last and save that. That way we could spin the camera around. So we've got our get in, get out, drive, shoot, aim, all that good stuff. For the aim now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit plus again, and it's gonna be a macro to set the zoom. You could actually use the scroll wheel, but for me, I like to use the scroll wheels for switching weapons. And my original layout, I actually have the scroll wheel. It's a little bit buggy. I don't want to be giving you guys that to do and then you're gonna have issues. So we set 1 and 2 for weapon system. So for here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set that into a macro. So for me, when I use like a 6 times or 8 times, I want to bring it down 6 to 3 or 8 to 4 or whatever. My key would be just above the tab button, which is I don't know what that is, but it's a key anywhere on my keyboard. You can use any key you want to. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna tap this, and on the first pin, you're gonna scroll all the way down, and the one below the FPS, this is the macro. So all you have to do, you're gonna leave this one as is. All you have to do, you're gonna, I wish I had a cursor. Do I have a cursor? Yeah. Oh, I do have a cursor. Yeah, so you're gonna select this one, and then you're gonna hit the plus icon here. 1, 2, 3. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna take the first one, you're gonna put it on the X. You're gonna take the second one, you're gonna put it down here, and the third one, you're gonna put it here. Sometimes I get it confused. It could be opposite, but I feel like this is the correct way most times when I do it. And then you're gonna do save, and you're gonna hit save again, and then that's your scope. So I take this normally and I drag it about here. I don't want it in the way. So we've got all this set up right now. I don't want to go too much in depth because that's a lot of information for you guys. So what we're gonna do now, oh, and last things. So we're gonna add one more. I'm gonna say escape, and that's gonna be the settings. And then because the settings, when you open it, there's the X appears here. We're gonna add one more. We're gonna hit escape again. So this one will be to close the settings. And then let's add another one. For my case, to open the maps, I use B. So I place it on the map. And because the map also exits where the escape is in the top right corner, I'm gonna add another B and place it here. That way I could close, open the map. For scopes, all these things, I'm gonna leave that for another video if you guys want me to do that. I'm not gonna go into that right now. I'm just showing you guys the basic. So we got the camera set up. This icon here, take this and you can't delete it, but hide this, shrink it, move it maybe all the way up here or all the way here or something. Get that out of the way. So I will, if you guys want, I will share my layout, and I can actually share this code as well for the Geek Gamer. But anyway, that's that done. We're gonna hit that check marker. We already named it, viewers. We're gonna save it. And once you save it, guys, always come down here and hit this button, and then it's gonna be blank. Leave it blank. Just hit that button. You're gonna get this little loading thing here. It's gonna give a Chinese thing saying complete or saved. And then you're gonna hit this one as well. So it saved it again. So remember, hit this one. It does it loading thing, and then hit this one. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna slide up here, and we're gonna go back into the game. We spend so much time in here, we're gonna get kicked back in the lobby anyway. Now we're just gonna head back to training ground, and let's see. So we got a mouse. Before this update, we didn't have the mouse icon, which is actually cool. So I'm just gonna press my middle mouse button, and as you can see, my camera moves. I can move around, I can punch, I can peek, tab, open my backpack, X, I can go in first person, I can jump, all that good stuff. I can press V and go prone. And the camera's actually working a lot better, guys, a lot better. So now with this update, I can actually press my middle mouse button and I can choose my weapons. I can actually loot with the mouse, which is good. Before I can do that, and that actually sucks. And we don't have, I didn't show you guys this yet, but to pick up the loot, we're gonna set a key for that. So remember I made you guys take a screenshot with the loot showing like this. So all we're gonna do is head back into the settings, go over here. So this one is to adjust. And what we're gonna do is, because I know where my loot is, I know when I tap here, or I can just show you guys, if we go here and I load that loot button, where is it? Boom. So I know where my loot is. All I have to do is add one, and I'm gonna put F. So F will be like to pick up stuff, and I'm gonna put here. Some people put multiple, like an F here, an F here, an F here, but I don't do that. And what I do as well is I tap that F once, and I press the second one here, and I drop this down all the way to about 10. So this one means like single click. This one means like press for long, single click. Now we save this. So now I can actually tap and select. So we're gonna save it here. We don't want to name it, rename it. You could do that if you want to. Save here. And remember, always press this one. Don't type anything in here. Save. It's gonna load. Say this, and you're gonna go over here, save it again, and then you're gonna head back up into the game. So now that we're in the game, if I tap F, I could actually select, guys. See, I took everything here. That's like selfish, right? I took everything here. I can aim and shoot, I can prone quickly. I'm a bot, so don't worry about my aim. I can press 2, I can switch weapon. 1, switch weapon, see? I'm just doing madness to show you guys that the keys are working. If I press escape, I can go settings, press escape again. Sometimes it's a little buggy. So if it's bugging, just do it manually. If I press B, I go into map, press B again, exit map. So that actually works smoothly. Now, what we just done with the macros for the aim, so I've got a 6 times on. Now the key I set for it, I'm just gonna press it. So sometimes it works. I think I've done it backwards. Oh, it works. I think I have to hold it long. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, see? Yeah, so like I said, it's a little buggy, but I will find a solution for that. So you see? Anyway, aiming works, like the basics is working. Sometimes you get the camera to stick and stuff. I just had a little lag there, I don't know why, but yeah. I can quickly do movement. As you guys can see, it's actually not too bad. They get in there. And I don't play with like recoil settings and them stuff, so you'll never see me doing those kind of stuff. I don't want to get banned. I just want to be able to play with a mouse and keyboard, even if my aim is potato, you know? And I don't want you guys to get banned as well, so I'm just showing you the basic controls. Don't cheat, don't mess with the recoils. I mean, it's down to you. This is just a tutorial. I am not advising you to do that. So yeah, this is it, guys. Basic settings. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I will be doing a more advanced video once I learn more and I translate more. Hopefully, they might translate the app to English. Who knows? That'd be so amazing. That'd be awesome. But yeah, guys, that's it for me. Hope you liked the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, drop a comment. Tell me what you guys think about the app. And don't forget, you could use this from iOS 13 to iOS 26.2. Good thing is I'm on 26.1, so I don't have to worry. I've disabled updates on my iPad because I never want to update this iPad. It can stay on 26 forever. Don't care. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.